This is unbelievable, what I'm about to show you. Last month, Donald Trump spoke on the phone with the Filipino president, Rodrigo Duterte, and he was widely criticized by members of both parties because he invited Duterte to come to the United States. Duterte is a violent strongman, and we now have a transcript of the call, okay? It has been published in full by The Intercept. We are going to go through some aspects of this call, and it is incredibly disturbing. Let's start with the first part of the transcript here, if we can, Pat. And you'll see that in this, after greeting each other, Donald Trump says that I just want to congratulate you because I'm hearing of the unbelievable job on the drug problem. Many countries have the problem. We have a problem. But and this is kind of hard to see here, what you were doing, and I just wanted to call and tell you that. It's great what you were doing. There's a confidential stamp over this, so it's hard to see it. And the president of the Philippines says, "Thank you, Mr. President. This is the scourge of my nation now, and I have to do something to preserve the Filipino nation." And so at the bottom, then, the president of the United States says, "I understand that and fully understand that. And I think we had a previous president who did not understand that, but I understand that, and we have spoken about this before." Donald Trump is, within 30 seconds of getting on the phone with Rodrigo Duterte, the president of another country, slamming Obama completely unprovoked, right? Saying the previous guy didn't understand the problem of drugs, apparently, of drug usage or drug dealing. It's not even clear what problem Obama didn't understand. But then he praises Duterte for doing a great job on the war on drugs. People in the Philippines are allowed and encouraged to kill suspected drug dealers, suspected drug users in the streets with no repercussions. Okay, so let's continue with the transcript of this phone call between our fearless leader, President Trump, and the president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte. Okay, so they talk about a couple different things, and then they get on to Kim Jong-un, okay? So Trump says, "What's your opinion of him, Rodrigo? Are we dealing with someone who is stable or not stable?" This is a sort of rough transcript. And the president of the Philippines says, "He is not stable, Mr. President," as he keeps smiling when he explodes a rocket. He even has gone against China, which is the last country that he should rebuke. But it seems from his face that he's laughing always, and there is a dangerous toy in his hands which could create so much agony and suffering for all mankind. And this is where it gets really wacky. After they talk a little bit about Kim Jong-un, at the bottom of this page of the transcript, POTUS says, "We have a lot of firepower over there. We have 2 submarines, the best in the world. We have 2 nuclear submarines. Not that we want to use them at all." Trump is, again, bragging about firepower and talking about the strategic location of American Navy assets. He's bragging to another president about what we have. This is like when in the Oval Office, he was bragging to the 2 Russian officials about the great intel that he gets. That's what Trump does when he gets on the phone with a world leader, brags about our nuclear subs.
Well, remember, Trump said that he would learn foreign policy on the job. It turns out to be true because during the campaign, he didn't even know about the nuclear triad.
Yeah.
Now he knows about the submarines.
Now he knows at least that the 2 submarines exist. Okay. And then lastly, from this insane transcript between Trump and Duterte, this is the infamous invitation, okay, where Donald Trump said that you can tell him, let's see, where did he say that? He's a good guy. Oh, he talks about how he liked meeting the president of China. And then I think we have the second part of this where Donald Trump actually invites the president of the Philippines to come to the U.S., saying, "We will be happy to see you, Rodrigo, and I look forward to seeing you. If you want to come to the Oval Office, I will love to have you in our Oval Office anytime you want to come. I'll be in the Philippines in November, blah, 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 blah." That's the invitation that we now learned took place. So a few interesting things. Number one, even when on the phone with other presidents, Trump brags about nuclear power. He brags about weaponry. He slams Obama. So Trump's conversations with other world leaders seem to be the same as basically what he says at a campaign rally. There seems to be no difference in terms of decorum or approach for Donald Trump. And also what's endlessly fascinating from this is that Trump refers to the president of the Philippines as Rodrigo, and the president of the Philippines refers to Trump as Mr. President. That might be that Trump just lacks decorum and respect. I don't know what we can read into that. Maybe Duterte is just naturally more submissive in some way. But isn't this fascinating that we got this transcript?
It really is, because it just sounds as if Trump has some sort of man crush on Duterte. I mean, when do we get to meet each other? November? Can we do a little earlier? Your place, my place? I'm all for it.
It's incredible, truly incredible. And I was reading that with endless fascination yesterday.